Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another video. Today, once again, surprise surprise, we're back with some more Doctor Who news and rumours and speculation and yeah, this is a lot of speculation in here, but there is actually a probable leaked photo from the centenary of something that I'll discuss later in the video. But yeah, the first topic of conversation, I almost just knocked over the orange squash. I'm not going to do that. We're going to go on a roll. First topic of conversation, as you've probably read in the title, is something that's been discussed massively over the past 24, 48 hours. Hugh Grant is the 14th Doctor, allegedly. Now, once again, we're back on the who's the 14th Doctor train, and this is a thing that's been going for over a year now. Like, it was leaked back in January of 2021 that Jodie Whittaker was leaving the role. We had the official confirmation in, I think, June of 2021, and throughout that entire period, we've had so many names flung around. We've had Tania Miller, we've had Lydia West, all these different people, and the latest rumour on the rumour mill is Hugh Grant. Now, you may be asking, why am I even talking about this? Because there's been so many speculative videos. I'm talking about it because, once again, it's one of the ones that, unlike people, for example, like Ollie Alexander, when they've suggested, oh, Ollie Alexander's going to be the 14th Doctor, the stuff about Hugh Grant being the Doctor does actually make a lot of sense. Now, you might be wondering why I'm saying this. Well, we know from interviews with Russell T Davies and the production team back in 2005 that when the revival of New Who happened, which Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper, as the Ninth Doctor and Rose, they ended up helming this big revival written by Russell T Davies. When that revival was in pre-production, before they cast Christopher Eccleston, one of the people that Russell T Davies really wanted was none other than Hugh Grant. Also, he's been the Doctor before in The Curse of the Fatal Death, that, I think, 1999 comic relief skit, which, yeah, he just sort of fits the part as well. I mean, we know that Russell thought he would be a good idea to play the Doctor back in 2005, and then obviously it's Russell again for 2023's revival, so why doesn't he just bring back, well, not bring back, well, why doesn't he bring in Hugh Grant? I mean, it's not like Hugh Grant's doing that much nowadays. I mean, he's a really famous name, which is another big aspect of it. He's worked with Russell on a film in the past, possibly multiple films, I can't remember, but at least one film in the past he's worked with Russell on. And we know that Russell likes to work with people that he can rely on, because we've had David Tennant, who we knew from I almost said Castrovalva, not Castrovalva, that's a Doctor Who episode. Casanova. We had David Tennant from Casanova and Christopher Eccleston from Russell T Davies' 2004 show, The Messiah. So it's always someone that Russell has sort of worked with in the past, so that's why names like Lydia West or Tania Miller have a lot more credibility, because obviously he's worked with them on the show years and years, but even then, it's still questionable. Like, would Hugh Grant do it? Well, this is another piece of evidence. I mean, Hugh Grant himself has said in interviews, I think he said back in 2007, that he missed the opportunity to play the Doctor. Now, with all that sort of preamble out of the way, we go into this article from the Mirror, which is, I think, the originator of this source. It might have been, I think it was printed properly in the Plymouth Herald. Like, a bunch of people sent me this sort of image on Monday morning, or no, not Monday morning, sorry, Sunday morning, because everyone was talking about it. But here it is in the Mirror, and the headline reads, Hugh Grant tipped to be the new Doctor in Marvel-style makeover for the hit show. The actor first played the Doctor in a 1999 comic relief sketch, but turned down the role when he was asked by Russell T Davies when the show was rebooted in 2007. So they've worded that badly. I'm pretty sure what they're trying to say, as I mentioned a minute ago, is in an interview in 2007, Hugh Grant said he missed the opportunity to be the Doctor because he didn't think it would be a success. But, yeah, he sounds open to taking the role, or at least he was in 2007. And as I say, he's not as big a star as he once was. He is still a very big name. He's a household name, especially in America, which is really, really good for like publicity and stuff. Like if you had Hugh Grant as the Doctor, that's a headline that everyone in the UK is going to go, oh my god, it's the guy from Love Actually, the dancing Prime Minister. Or in America, they're going to go like, oh my god, it's the guy from Love Actually. Like everyone in both the UK and America knows who Hugh Grant is. Now, we are sort of, waffling a little bit, so I'm just going to jump right into the article and read what was written by Emma Pryor, a senior writer, on the 19th of March 2022. So, Doctor Who may be heading for a Marvel-style makeover, with Hugh Grant piloting the TARDIS, says a TV insider. Now, this, again, the Marvel-style takeover of Doctor Who, is something that I've discussed in other videos, so you can go and check that out. But basically, Doctor Who has been rumoured since Russell announced he was coming back as showrunner to have a more Marvel-style approach. So you have the main show and all of that, but then you have 101 different spin-offs about different characters, different places, different locations, different styles of shows, different age ranges of shows, which jump off the back of it. We had like a microcosm of this back in 2007, where we had Doctor Who, we had the Sarah Jane Adventures, we had Torchwood, Sarah Jane obviously being for younger children, Torchwood obviously being for like adults, and yeah, very interesting mishmash there. Also, it's worth noting once again, back in January of 2021, before Russell even thought about being showrunner, he said that Doctor Who deserves to be like Marvel. He said we should be having the adventures of Nyssa and Tegan and Amy and Rory and all of these different companions, which Russell was sort of advocating for giving their own spin-off material media too, which, yeah, Marvel-style stuff would be brilliant for Doctor Who in my opinion, as long as it's written well and it's not just sort of cheaply turned out trash. It would be really cool. Right, they added, he offers many attributes. A great actor, British award-winning, Hollywood A-lister, and excellent at comedy. So, yeah, this article says that conversations are in progress with Hugh Grant, and what they say about him is correct. He'd get the comedy down to a T, and I did tweet this out yesterday, but I do think someone like Hugh Grant just has the quintessential British essence of who the Doctor is. Like, I wouldn't really have that many doubts about him. It's kind of like David Tennant or Capaldi or Tom Baker. When they come into the role, you're like, yeah, no, I can see them as the Doctor. Anyway, the insider said that vision is that the show can be a Marvel-like product, building franchises around the Doctor and other key characters in his many lives. Davies is said to be backed by BBC Worldwide, Commercial and Sony Pictures TV, which bought a majority stake in Bad Wolf Studios, which make the show. Now, the source then added, with the utmost respect to the BBC, in the past, attempts like Torchwood were made on a very limited budget in locations around Wales. Now, Russell's world is his oyster, or his oyster is his world, whatever the term of phrase is. But yeah, this sort of continues to just sort of talk about what I've already gone on about. They say at the end of the article, this year's Jodie Whittaker's last show as the 13th Time Lord, and it'll air, and Chris and her will depart, BAFTA nominated, blah 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 blah. There's also the direct quote from Hugh himself where he said, it's only when you see it on screen that you think, damn, that was good, why did I say no? So he would be open, or at least back in the day, he was open to taking on the role of the Doctor, and it would be very interesting to see. Do let me know in the comments what you'd think about if Hugh Grant did actually become the Doctor. Now, that being said, we also have a really interesting picture, which someone messaged me on Twitter. I don't know where it originated from, but bam! This is allegedly from the centenary special of Doctor Who. And I do believe that, and like they say, oh, it's from the centenary, whatever. The reason we know it's from the centenary is from filming photos we have seen back when they shot with Bradley Walsh and John Bishop and all of that stuff for the centenary. Yaz was wearing that yellow jacket and that kind of hairstyle, and then once again, in this new leaked image from the centenary special, we have Yaz wearing that, and she is on her own with Jodie. Now, obviously we could have Dan or whoever behind the camera doing whatnot, but I think it's more likely when you look at that image that it is just Yaz and Jodie in Jodie's final moments before she regenerates. Now, we also have to look, despite it being a very blurry image, we have to look at the background of the image. they're in a quarry. Now, it's difficult to make assumptions because obviously Doctor Who's a low-budget show, most of it's shot in random quarries in and around Wales, but the fact that it's in a quarry does beg the question of, are they sort of going for a Gallifrey-type approach? Because that could be a place they'd use to film Gallifrey. Like Series 12, for example, they didn't go abroad to film Gallifrey, they did it in quarries in Wales. And I think, yeah, that could easily be Gallifrey, and that would be quite a nice way of tying up the whole 13th Doctor arc. If she regenerates with Yaz on a sunset in Gallifrey, something like that would be really, really nice. Anyway, that does bring us to the end of today's video. Do let me know what you think that leaked picture is, and do let me know what you'd think if Hugh Grant was cast as the Doctor. Also, do you think there's any credibility to it? I mean, it's from an alleged TV insider, but where do they pull these TV insiders from? Who knows, because who knows? And once again, we've got to remember as well, it's only Hugh Grant being in talks to play the Doctor. There's nothing confirmed. So, lots of speculation, lots of stuff to get, dig your teeth into. Thank you for watching this video. Please do remember to like, comment, subscribe. Also, check out our Doctor Who fan film, Echo's End. It's, feature-length Doctor Who fan film. You'll love it. I can see it in your eyes. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.